BDS so far are on a 20 series win streak in the RLCS X. They have lost a single series. That was back in Regional 1 Stage 2 to Magnifico. They've gone 24-1 at 96% win rate.
But
Dignitas are at 13-9 and they're currently at 59% win rate.
Let me stop you there, mate. Because Violent Panda's gone a bit more defensive recently.
He has, and in all fairness, that style has changed how these guys have been approaching games, because Leaf alluded to it the other day on broadcast where he said, look, Violent Panda at this point is not being that offensive character, and it has changed how they have been approaching games. We've seen that Yukio has had a lot more confidence. He seems more willing to get up and into the fray because he knows that he has got the Gibbs man behind him. But Extra starting things off with the initial shot and marked by 8, sending it back to Monkey.
I'm already scared for Dignitas because look how many clean touches BDS are getting in the offensive third. It is just hit after hit after hit. I mean, they're going for double commits, but I don't think that's because of a lack of comms. I think they're just having fun already at this point in the series.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see the standard style that we saw from Dignitas yesterday come out again. More basic plays, have Yoris and Yukio move up together and play as the offensive unit while having Violent Panda as he is at the back there. He got 4 times as many saves per game on average as his teammates in the series, across that regional, so across that part of the regional rather. So, you know, it's a different style of Dignitas. Is it more effective? Thus far, yes. They had been sussed out.
Yeah, I saw his tweet asking if he was the new Gibbs from Violent Panda. Absolutely love that.
He wishes.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to stand firm as Gibbs used to back in the IBP Cosmic days of the barrage of offense that BDS are throwing at them, the touches that Extra is making. But this is where Dignitas could be good on the counter-attack. There's Joreus. Seems to work. Joreus goes up again. Wants to beat Mark by 8-2 that one, but Panda is diligently waiting for that ball. His touch wasn't ideal, so Extra could get a block, but it just falls to Yukio. So good, solid defensive positioning so far from Dignitas. How long, though, can they survive?
Panda missing on the backboard there, and Joreus has to pick things up. And now on that right-hand edge, Mark will steal the boost as he works his way out. Extra. The flip reset gets one shot on target, but at the near post, saved away by the youngest player on that Dignitas squad. The youngest, the newest, and to be honest, probably the best player on that Dignitas squad. He is wanting to be molded by Violent Panda and Verge.
Yeah, still learning as a threes man. Lots to do for him, for good old Joreus. But there's a block here from Yukio towards Monkey Moon. Somehow, though, it squirts out towards Extra. Now Violent Panda gets a boom on Mark by 8. Can he get the bump as well on Monkey Moon? He can. This could be really good for Dignitas if Joreus can come in. But it doesn't. Yukio follows up. So decent play for Dignitas. They seem to have weathered the early storm. Now they're causing one of their own. But the more confident Dignitas feel, you just sense that the more open they are to a counter-attack.
A good dunk there as well from Panda onto Extra. Takes him completely out of the play, and Joreus will be following up. Gets the touch off of Monkey Moon as well. Monkey Moon being the player that Johnny identified as the man to watch today because he can solidify himself as one of the best players in the world. Hoping his performance today is going to be up to that standard. Yukio with a shot on net. And Joreus getting the inaugural goal.
This is exactly what Corelli was talking about on the desk. He was saying maybe Dignitas will be able to steal themselves a game just by frustrating BDS and then getting a goal for themselves.
They're going to win.
Okay, all right, sure. Maybe they can steal themselves a series, Stumpy. You happy now?
Steal themselves a regional, mate.
That's what we expect from them. Imagine the scenes if Dignitas end up winning this from absolutely nowhere.
To be honest, imagine the scenes of BDS losing this. That's all. It doesn't matter who beats them because BDS are by far and away, right now, maybe not far and away, in Europe, they're the best team in Europe. In the world, they are the best team in the world, but just not quite as far and away as I think a lot of their fans might want them to be. But nobody can touch them apart from Dignitas for that first goal. 60 seconds remain. As BDS clambering for a goal. Starting off yesterday very slow in their series, yet again continuing that trend. It didn't lose them any, but it does shake, potentially, some of their confidence.
It is definitely a character trait of this BDS team, dominant as they are, to give away a game or two at the start before they really warm up. And credit to Dignitas, they are just keeping them at bay right now. Monkey Moon comes again, but Yukio breach up in. This should be the goal. Oh, but Monkey Moon has saved it himself. And that is how you know when it's not your game. Unbelievably, it's still 1-0.
Oh, that own save from Monkeyman. Extra gently sends that towards the net, and then it's there once again to send it from Yukio's weak touch in the middle. He could have done much more, and Extra knew just that. Monkeymoon again working his way in front of the ball, hoping to get a save because, he's already done it once. And 1-1 in the final 23 seconds. BDS bringing us even.
There was always a question mark how long Dignitas could hold out without conceding, and now we have our answer. About 4 minutes and 30 seconds, but they come down the other end. A chance of their own. It's going to fall to Violent Panda. The old guard in this Dignitas roster goes underneath Monkeymoon and almost makes it. And as we charge towards overtime, it's Dignitas that are having all the attacking intent. Extra's up, but will beat Yukio. This would be heartbreaking if BDS can score from this. Let's see, Monkeymoon into the center.
Good pre-jump.
It goes down, and we do have overtime.
Great chance there for Dignitas. Maybe should have had a couple more on target to stretch the defense, but doesn't matter. Overtime is now upon us in this first game. Extra in the corner, sends it over the top of Jorius. Takes it low, and Panda can follow up from the back. Central touch. Jorius just sends it high. Maybe should have waited, had Yukio move up into a better position, and then slung the pass his way.
He had about 87 options, did Jorius there, and he probably chose the worst one. And now BDS come forward. Good save on that occasion. Makes up for his earlier mistake in attack. And Violent Panda misses that one on the backboard, but Yukio's covering him. Good to see Yukio getting involved. Can drift in and out of series, so the more touch on the ball he'll get, the more confident he'll begin to feel. And hopefully we'll see that brilliant pass to the confident Yukio that we haven't seen for too long at this point. Monkeymoon comes high. Violent Panda stays. Another chance for Extra. And it happens. Dignitas are breached, and it's BDS that take game one.
Perfectly slotted into that bottom left corner of the goal. Behind Panda, behind Jorius. And it just about touches the floor as Extra wins game number one for Team BDS. Looks like a majority of the pressure was in favor of Dignitas in that matchup, though.
I mean, it was for a start. I'd say that Dignitas, until the last 45 seconds, a minute or so, were fairly comfortable dealing with BDS's attack, but they certainly allowed BDS to have plenty of attacks. BDS had 9 shots. Amazingly, marked by 8 had none. But as you can see in these replays right here, it was Dignitas that took the lead one way or the other, and they just couldn't keep it till the end.
The one goal that we did see Dignitas get was that slightly sloppy one defensively from BDS. It was a light touchdown from Yukio, and then not quite touched away fast enough by Mark, meaning that Dignitas did have more of a chance to come in, try and squeeze it past the keeper. Did so to great effect, getting them the lead. But BDS, once again, just weathering the storm, battling it out and getting a first and then eventually second goal in overtime. Game number 2, and Cole, we are still at a 100% 2-1 scoreline in these quarterfinals.
That is one of the strangest stats. It's like the stats that you see in a game of baseball or cricket. Like, this is the most runs scored by someone on a day that ends in Y this time of the year. They have weird stats is what I'm saying, but Mark by 8 has got himself a goal. Mark by 8 opening up the scoring in this matchup. It just goes underneath the crossbar and above Violent Panda. Set up by Monkeymoon, the man of the hour, the man who was picked out by Johnny Boy as being one to watch. And in 11 seconds, BDS taking the lead. He is no Devo, but that also was not the question. Well, the question wasn't, which player is Devo? And that's the answer that I gave. Next time, I will read more diligently. There's always going to be a next time, hopefully. Yukio wants to make sure that Dignitas have a next time of their own with regards to chances created. Jorius a little bit too far back there. So he's beaten to that ball. And Violent Panda in the center. The ball's just sort of dropping in the mid. And it's BDS that always seem to win it. Normally, Monkeymoon is the man that gets the attack going for BDS. But this is what we want to see. Violent Panda with a clean touch towards the backboard. And 2 BDS players committing to get that ball. Could be a chance for Yukio. Saved by Monkeymoon. But Joris right back on it as well, as Panda does get the touchdown from him. And then the demolish on Monkeymoon. Yukio chance to get it central. That's 1, that's 2. And Extra will read it, challenging Joris up in the air. Panda central, bit too weak, as Mark can carry it away with help from Extra. Ceiling reset. And challenge once again. Not much of a chance for Dignitas to get any clean touches away, as their Mark fakes out Panda into just sending it further down the wing. But demos in mind for the Dutchman. Good. As Yukio sends it over 1. Oh! And Joris saved away by Mark, and then high again. Goodness. Can Yukio turn? Yes, he can, but saved away by Mark.
impossible defense to crack.
He just had to pick his spot, though, did Yukio? He had 3/4 of the goal to aim for, and instead, he aimed for the big blue car on the right side of it. So disappointing. How many more chances will Dignitas get in this game, especially defending like that from Juraeus? Violent Panda falls it, leaves it to extra fake of sorts from him, and Mark by 8 can begin the next attack. It's heartbreaking for Dignitas fans.
Yeah, Yukio's shooting has been better in the last, to be honest, just this regional, but it still does lack in some areas. We've seen so far, he's hit the crossbar and the post, I think, 1 time each, and that final one just being sent straight at the big blue French mass is not what you want to be seeing from your teammate if you're a Dignitas player. But the play continues, and Yuko with another chance for the double redeems himself.
You feel that he absolutely needed that. One of the biggest confidence players you will ever see. And look at this one, reading the ball, straight down he goes. And Dignitas do have their equalizer. And Stumpy, the start of this upsurge in form for Dignitas came in the grid recently where Verge tweeted that they had this new playstyle, and that involved a 3-2 defeat to BDS. So in recent times, Dignitas have taken games against them.
Yeah, and honestly, they've looked very good against most teams they've come up against. BDS, such a hard team to try and suss the number for, because the issue is that they don't necessarily just have the play style that they stick to, and they are good at that. All round, they are just fantastic players in defense, offense, in the midfield, if they're defending or whatever they are doing at that time. Chances are one of the BDS players is going to be the best in the world at that. So very, very tough cookie to crack. Dignitas definitely taking it to them as and when they are connecting with the ball as well as they would like to. And the offense from Joris continues. 1-1 under 2 minutes remain. Looking poised for either team to take number 2.
BDS are trying to close down these Dignitas attacks as quickly as possible, diving at the ball, all 3 of them, until eventually they do manage to break through and get it over to the orange half. Mark by 8 gets another touch. Monkey Move's coming in. The Violent Panda closes him down well, and Mark by 8's a little bit stranded here. The boost wasn't spawning, so all he can do is let Jorius in, and he comes again trying to get this next touch. Mark by 8 cleverly. Round 1, round 2. Can he get over Panda? Not on this occasion, but that's the transitional play that BDS have.
And the 90 seconds remain as Joris takes a shot at the net. Not to any effect, though, as Yuko then picks it up on the side. And with the double, that's on target. Panda is not quite close enough. Maybe should have been up to try and attack that. Even if it was a 50, it would have gone into a beneficial position. Mark by 8 getting so many weird touches on his way down. As Yuko sends it central, hands it off to Joris. Doesn't quite get that shot away.
One day we'll figure out how to say this man's name, but today is not that day. We genuinely discussed it, people, but it just slips out. Is he Joris? Is he Joris? Jorius. Anyway.
Jorius. That's how you say it, Jorius.
45 seconds and Monkey Moon on the attack. Let's get one all the way towards the goal. He actually had another touch to spoon that ball towards the net, but it was saved well by the despairing, diving Dignitas defender. But just look how deep Mark by 8 is sitting, and that miss there from Jorius is going to make it really tough for Dignitas to defend. Panda does his best. And Jorius, thankfully for Dignitas, does have boost, and he does have the mechanics to at least buy a few seconds here for Dignitas.
Chance Yuko to go high. Did not get the reset off it. And Joris trying to send it back, but Panda being faked out by Extra. Only 30 boost as Panda comes in and bumps him away. Monkey Moon, chance for a shot on. Instead, Joris up. Sends it towards that right-hand side instead to by Mark. High again by Yukio. Final seconds of this game wanes as Extra will let that ball drop. And in game 2, we repeat game number 1. Overtime at 1-1.
First one won by BDS. Can they do so again? They've got the early start. Mark by 8 like this could be a shooting chance, but it's weak. And even with Extra diving, Jorius and Yukio, it doesn't come to anything. But Mark by 8 turns sharply there. Violent Panda's having to do a lot of work in defense right now, as expected. And he is doing well. He's reading what BDS are throwing at him, and he does seem to be there to block a lot of these attacks at source.
Yeah, Panda is an incredible defender. He is one of the old guard where that normally would have been typically somebody's role to be a defensive type. And so he's played this game before, bringing it up into the latest meta. But he will not want to just be the only defender back there, as of course every single player needs to be competent in every aspect of this game. It's not like your standard team where you've got people who are a goalkeeper, a defender, an attacking midfielder, whatever it ends up being. So we're going to need to see Joris and Yukio picking up, you know, how they'd like to be playing and get more defensive and offensive as and when the game calls for it.
There's a great touch there from Jarius. The ball just sticking to his car, but sadly it was closed down so quickly by BDS. Just look at them coming. This is what they do best. They swarm any opposition they're up against. This is how they've been beating Vitality consistently in these regionals, and this is how they're beating Dignitas so far. But Dignitas still stand tall. One touch, maybe too many there. It's Extra that comes in. Yukio's underneath it and does get the save. Come on, by 8, turn it. No, he can't. An Extra isn't able to either. Somehow, it remains overtime.
A very wide shot by Extra as well, uncharacteristically off target, but 9 seconds has gone in this overtime. Monkey Moon far back and then absolutely slang it back into the orange half. The Joris catches it Extra, awkward. 40 boost on the backboard, will take it slow as Yukio will wait to poach. Shot by Violent Panda, sneaks over Mark, and Dignitas with Game 2 victory.
How on earth did this find its way into the back of the net? I saw that Yukio was going for a bump, and he got it! He got the bump on Mark by 8, and Violent Panda's shot finds the net, and Dignitas, yet again, do have at least one game against BDS.
Much better holding out defensively by all three players on Dignitas there. Yukio and Joras actually sporting the only saves in that match as well. 3 apiece and Panda on 0. The difference being, not all the time will a save actually be credited as a save, because realistically, you want to make sure you have 0 saves at the end because you want to cut them out before they become a scary shot. But lots of scary shots did come in from BDS, dealt well by Dignitas, and another overtime, this time falling to Dig instead of the Frenchman.
After the early Team BDS lead, you would have been forgiven for thinking this was pretty much only going to go one way, but what a save from Yukio there in overtime. And then down the other end, Violent Panda with a decent finish, and more importantly than any old game of Rocket League, Stumpy, our dream of having 2-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-1, 1-2 results all throughout the day continues. That's 2-1 overtime.
Will we be seeing 2-1s all the way? Maybe. That would be really weird if we did. It'd be weirder if we saw them in the best of 7s as well. That'd be crazy. But now, game number 3, both teams poised to be taking series point. But all of a sudden, it's still open. The defense and the offense for Dignitas starting to take shape. Yukio proving a point with his regulation time goal as well, that he can style on the best.
They're delicate though, Dignitas. You know, one poor play in defense, one missed open goal, and you can just see the whole thing collapsing around them, and Team BDS scoring 3, 4, 5 goals. So they have to just keep this level of concentration up for so long. But Joreus has the mechanics to be able to get round and put this one into the center. Yukio's going out. He wanted to get another little bump, which is what worked for them in that overtime. Didn't quite happen. Now I want to see Joreus getting out and letting Yukio in. It does happen, but it's a little bit slow, and Extra can dribble away.
With 0 boost, though, does manage still to get it into the offensive third on the behalf of BDS, but Panda challenging in the midfield. Joreus can't quite get the nose touch to it. Nico with low boost sends it central. Caught by Monkey Moon over to Extra. Shot chance, the bump instead, but Panda managing to squeak the touch and the save.
And Joreus was absolutely relieved that Yukio got that one as well. He was on the backboard, and it was really awkward for him to wrap around that ball. So seeing his teammate who was there, standing to attention, ready to block it himself, was just a weight off the man's shoulders. And at 0-0, the longer it stays like this, Dignitas will be feeling happier and happier. They want these games to stay scrappy. They want low-scoring, tight, cagey affairs. And credit to them, they're forcing it to be the case.
Yeah, there's so many close challenges coming out. And Panda, again, going for these bumps. Didn't go for the final bump on Monkey Moon, which would have been an opportune time to go for it. But instead, not taking those risks. Not wanting to, like you said, force a 4, 5, 6 goal game. Because if you're playing that game versus BDS, they're probably going to be scoring a majority of them.
They need to close this one down quickly or else they'll score this one. And Yukio's done just that. Good closing down from him. Now up against Monkey Moon, gets the 100 boost too. So if Joreus can get this touch, then BDS may just begin to be boost-starved, I say, as Extra flies all the way across the map to get a touch and send the ball all the way back. They've always got some in the locker, haven't they? They underestimated their boost control there. I apologize, BDS fans.
That shot should have been on target. Panda had just cleared to the side, and I think it was Extra had the chance to go for the immediate shot. Does so, but just not convincingly enough. Mark going up quickly. Panda with enough boost to chase this as well from the ceiling, and 50s it alongside Monkey.
Now Yuki on the backboard needs a big clear here. We've not too much boost. Look at Mark by 8's positioning. He was just ready, waiting for what Yukio had to offer in defense. It's a double tap attempt, maybe. I thought that Monkey Moon was sort of going to go off the sidewall and get the next touch himself, but it just couldn't quite happen.
BDS's shooting has been lackluster. They've had chances and opportunities, and I saw Extra earlier send it high, that shot coming in just then, going wide. And normally that's fine if you have somebody to follow it, even if it is yourself. But they didn't. There was no contingency plan. Potentially getting a little bit complacent, thinking, well, we normally score these, but they haven't.
A fine line between complacency and frustration. And my read is that BDS are just starting to get a little bit annoyed at Dignitas for having the audacity not to just roll over and die and let them win, which is what, to be honest, we were all expecting. But this orange wall at the moment, stand firm. Look at Violet Panda on the backboard, just waiting for the BDS touch. There is a shot that comes in. Joris needs to be alert. And is there. Yukio is going to be coming in a little bit late here, so Violet Panda needs to win this one cleanly. A 50-50 over the goal could have spelt danger. But yet again, they find a way to clear this ball, and one counter-attack could win Dignitas this game.
As we approach the 1 minute mark, both these teams holding steady, holding out 0-0. Mark by 8 taking his frustration out on Jorius. Monkey Moon on Yukio. Extra can work his way down the pitch, and cleverly rotating via the boost has Jorius been. He has done that a couple of times. When the offense is built, he will go out of the way just to grab the boost himself. And Monkey Moon can't get it past him.
Huge save from Jorius. Dignitas are just starting to look a little bit boost-starved. Now the real attack begins from BDS. This is where they feel they can take it. The game is stretched beyond belief. But Dignitas do seem to have a little bit of boost, and the Jorius wanted to go for the redirect, but Monkey Moon got the bump on him. It almost backfired because that ball was sailing in.
It was the other way around. Jorius went for the bump on Monkey Moon.
Oh,
and
wow.
Monkey Moon had to go low, turn around, and then catch it backwards. So the recovery from Monkey Moon saved that from going in. And with 15 seconds left, those chances will not come often.
Yeah, how often are we going to see a Dignitas player in front of the ball? Look how camped back. Violet Panda is all the way back, but Yukio gets the touch. Could he have a chance to counter? Mark by 8's touched it into the center. Jorius is bumped away. Now Yukio can catch this one. Has pretty much no boost. It will surely fall for overtime. He tries to keep it up. But we have our third overtime in a row, Stumpy. Surely BDS take this one.
I mean, they've had the majority of the pressure, but they've not done much with it. Sloppy shot up against a strong, solid defense. Now Yukio with a chance. Will he go high? No, instead opts to go low. Extra catches it on that left-hand wing. Sent central by Jorius. Central again. Chance. Can't quite make any contact though, and now Extra can work his way down the pitch.
If any team has got history of overtimes on Aquadome, it's Dignitas as well. This is where Yukio played his strongest 5 minutes or so for Dignitas, probably ever against Vitality at Season 8 World. So they will have that belief. Yukio comes forward. Now it's a chance for Jorius to take a touch. He shoots it. And he shoots into the back of the net. And Dignitas are on series points.
The result that nobody saw coming. Firstly, Dignitas to take the lead. And secondly, BDS to be sloppy. We now see, going into Game 4, Dignitas beating BDS. Series point to end the 20-series win streak. BDS have not lost since the first regional, and they've won both since.
This is utterly unbelievable. We're about to see the replays, the highlights from this game, and I guarantee you, the backdrop to all of these will be orange, because 95% of this match was performed in the Dignitas half. The amount of saves they had to make, the amount of near misses BDS had, but none of that matters. All that matters is the finish at the end from from Jorius. I'm in shock right now. I really am.
Now, I've got a bit of a reputation for my incredibly bold and usually quite stupid predictions that I make. Lest we forget, I predicted that we would see Dignitas in our semi-finals. One more game, and they make it there in place of BDS, and I will never let anybody live this down.
I was trying to cover my ears there, and I just put my headphones further onto my ears so I heard you louder, so that one didn't work out quite as I intended, sadly.
Game number 4 is underway. Dignitas looking to do the impossible and to take down the greatest team in the world in our quarterfinals of Regional 3.
Shot for Jorius. It's almost in. Extra gets a save on the goal line, but Dignitas can take the lead early. That's something we haven't really seen in this series. We've seen Dignitas scoring in overtime, we've seen them equalizing, but never have they had a lead to actually try and defend. That would completely change this dynamic, would it?
I don't know what either team would do with an early lead, because BDS they are so rarely in a position where they need to chase. They do not often go down in a series, but no team has been this close. Guild were the closest so far yesterday, going to 4, but the 5th was just too much for them to take. With 1 minute gone without incident, the pressure, for once, has been on the side of BDS. Dignitas hammering that door.
They are, but they need to be careful. These double commits will not serve them well. I understand they want to play fast-paced Rocket League against BDS. They feel they have to, but they still have to keep the communications high. Joris closes it down and gets the save, and Yukio gets the double as well. And now,
1v1
counter-attack. 1v1. Joris loves these, but sadly on this occasion, can't quite get it over Extra.
The nerves coming out there as well. You could just tell how much that moment, how big that impact would have been from a goal. Couldn't quite put it away. 90 seconds have elapsed. Still no goals. Yukio will get a boost steal in to start off this offensive pressure. And Panda getting the double tap just because he can, and a good pass back towards his teammate.
They're looking like the better team at the moment, Dignitas, and it's the first time this series have been able to say that after they've defended all throughout. Monkey Moon's the backboard, surely Monkey Moon scores, and a little bit of quality for one of the best players in Europe is enough to break the deadlock.
Probably the longest time BDS have gone without scoring in this entire tournament so far, seeing as they didn't score in game number 3. But Monkey Moon getting the fantastically angled double tap, a bump coming in as well on Violent Panda to keep him away. And Jorius goes low. Extra will keep it a 1-0 affair.
Amazingly, Monkey Moon's first goal of the series, deep into game number 4. How often can you say that with BDS? It says how well Dignitas are defending. Marked by 8 again needs to be alert, and Violent Panda can come from the side here. He's got 100 boost, but an awkward touch. He gets it over 1. Tries to go over Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon's 50-50 is all the way up in the air towards Extra. BDS continue to come. It's Monkey Moon's shot that's blocked, and they are blocking these shots at source, Dignitas. It's scary, it's risky, but it's working.
Oh, that shot, though, saved away by Panda. I thought that stretch might be a little bit too far. In the end, it was actually about right. The full stretch, managing to just get his fingertips to it. But, I mean, a lot of the backboard hits that we're seeing come in, like you said, they're being saved away later than I think Dignitas would like. They're not being saved away before the double tap happens. They're being saved away on the shot rather than the pass. And you cannot maintain that level of beating out BDS on the ball. But a miss from Yukio, saved by Joris.
And an important touch from Yukio just to stop Mark by 8 getting it all his own way, so Violent Panda can eventually come in and get it. Oh, I thought for a second that Monkey Moon was going to end up second best to that race, but he doesn't, and now it's Extra. We know what he's capable of mechanically. He wants to just wrap his car around that ball to force a flick reset, but again, Dignitas closing it all down as quickly as they possibly can, just trying to send this ball backwards. Counter-attacks, the name of the game for them, whereas sustained pressure from BDS, so dangerous. Then look how deep Mark by 8 was. They're still keeping their discipline, BDS. There's Jorius following Monkey Moon. Violent Panda in the corner, clears long. Yukio can flick this one over towards Violent Panda, who slows things down. Good stuff from him as Extra comes in. Yukio towards the center, Extra's following it up. And then Monkey Moon finally will have a few seconds to dribble.
Open towards the back as well. Monkey Moon just gets it sent high. Mark central. No one able to get on the end of that. Yukio high again. Under 1 minute remains as Panda can catch it in the middle. Yukio trying to get there early. Will not be outmarked. Panda central. Yukio with the off the crossbar.
It was almost old school Dignitas just for a second. We were back to Season 8, but it wasn't to be. But they can start again. Yukio into the corner, met by Mark by 8, who closes it down. Towards Extra, who misses his touch. Can Jorius be the recipient? Monkey Moon comes from the side. This is really dangerous for BDS until they make that combination. And Dignitas are put right back towards their own goal. They'll have one more chance at this. Jorius up, Jorius shoots! Monkey Moon saves.
Final 15 seconds, needing a Dignitas goal. Otherwise, game 5 is on the card. Extra trying to beat out Panda, does not. Yukio central. Jorius just weak on the final shot. The final 5 looking like a chance is dead for Dignitas. Off the post, read by Yukio, who did get the 100 boost as well. Can go high, but touched down. And BDS take game number 4. It's game 5. Whoever takes this goes through to our semis. I don't think many people anticipated it to get this far.
The first game, in this series that doesn't end up going to overtime, which shows you just how close it's been. And Monkey Moon, despite getting his first goal throughout this entire series in that game, took 7 shots in that game alone. He was desperate to get himself on the score sheet. With a couple of minutes gone, he finally managed to do it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable performance there. Defensively by Dignitas, just not quite enough. It was the fact that they also needed a bump on the side of BDS to clear the net out from Violent Panda, the man who is staying goal steady and just hitting the ball away at every available opportunity. Game 5, though, is where we see BDS on the line. Will they secure 21 series wins in a row? Or do Dignitas cut them short at only 20?
Raise your hands. Be honest if you expected us to end up on Champions Field in a series between Dignitas and BDS. I did not. And if you did, then credit to you. I can't think of anyone that... Did you say 3-2, though? Did you say 3-2?
What did I actually have? I didn't actually predict that one. So I'm going to say I did say 3-2, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, pat yourself on the back.
Patting.
Well done, mate. You are the only one amongst... however many thousand of us are watching right now. Surely this is BDS's to lose. Dignitas can't possibly do this, Stumpy, can they?
There is a very, very good chance that they do. But it goes awkward for the Dignitas squad. That's an open net as well. Mark by 8 can't steal it off the line as Monkey Moon, in just under 40 seconds, secures the first goal for BDS. And you warned Dignitas against the double commits. And here they are, and it has bitten them.
We saw the same thing in the last regional in the quarterfinals against Guild, where BDS were taken to game 5 as well. And then in the 5th game, I think they won it 5-1 or 4-1. Suddenly they came to life and their opponents just looked beaten. My hope, my prayer, is that we don't see the same from Dignitas here, but it's looking like it could be, especially if this goes in from Monkey Moon. But a good touch from Jorius at the end of a stunning Yukio save yet again.
Joris Central does get challenged by Mark by 8. Panda on for the double. Will send it down that right-hand wing. And Extra then pumps it long. Mark and his BDS compadres are so good at getting those midfield touches and making sure that nothing gets through.
A pre-jump from Jorius almost paid dividends. It doesn't quite, but Yukio's got a pass out wide to Violent Panda. Instead, it ends up being a pass to himself. So no harm done, especially if some boost spawns right here. That'd be lovely. It hasn't, so a big old booming clearance from Violent Panda on Mark by 8 is what's needed. Yukio's touch is clean into the corner, and Extra spoons that ball all the way back into the BDS half. The ping pong emerges here, and I think the Dignitas would be happier about that than BDS right now, because they wanted to slow this game down.
Yeah, I think Dignitas still need more touches on the ball for them to even get goal-scoring opportunities, because right now it's just send it at BDS and they will return in some form. But a bump on Panda in the net will open it up somewhat for Extra, who can get that central. Monkey Moon moving a little bit too far up. Gets called off by Mark, who attempts the double tap and will hit the post. Not quite in goal. The early call, not quite making it.
I am absolutely shocked that Mark by 8 has not just doubled BDS's lead. That is incredible to me that that's been missed. Jorius looked completely out of position, diving upwards like he had no chance, but somehow BDS are only still 1 goal ahead, which is risky territory. We've seen that Dignitas have got goals in them. Whether they're ugly goals, 50-50 ones, weird pinches, it doesn't matter. They are getting opportunities to score. This could be another one from Yukio onto the back wall. Violent Panda puts it out wide, wants this boost and gets it. Now what can he do from the ceiling? Not too much, actually opts just to hit it against the ceiling, and Jorius is just about closed down by Monkey Moon.
Yukio, good turn to land solidly on the wall, but does still get beaten out by Mark. Now Panda beaten away by Extra, who tries to get central. Jorius just reading him, however, as Extra removes Violent Panda from the pitch. That ball will float central, and Extra is first to it. Just under 2 minutes remain. BDS keep their lead. Every single game thus far going to a 1-goal difference. 3 of them being overtimes, and the 4th being a 1-0 to BDS in regulation. Dignitas have not had many offensive opportunities thus far. There are only 2 shots in total on the Dignitas side. And 90 seconds, we need to see more. I want to see more bumps, more demos. And Dignitas, I'm sure, would like that as well as Yukio sends it top corner and under 90 remains.
What a shot from Yukio. He's found Violent Panda for the redirect. And then I did not even think this was going in. Monkey Moon was in the goal. I thought that it would be some sustained pressure from Dignitas. Never did I think that one was hitting the back of the net. And that was the danger for BDS. They had to keep that concentration level so high because one chance for Dignitas was all they needed to come back. Ace on the other end, saved by Panda, and Monkey Moon will follow up, and BDS have been let off.
Nobody even up for that double tap. Jorius had full opportunity to just tap that away. No pressure at all, and then Panda just sends it weak into that midfield. With over 80 seconds, BDS once again regain that lead, as I'm sure most people would have anticipated them to. But Dignitas still in this with a fighting chance.
Oh, Dre is so close to a touch there, couldn't quite make it, and Yukio does the same thing, misses too. Eventually, after a couple of touches that are missed, Jorius does get one towards the BDS half. A minute left for Dignitas to make something out of this. It's Panda, he's dunked by Mark by 8, but Jorius is the next one in. We just need Dignitas to string a couple of passes together. At the moment, they're getting good touches, but there's no one on the other end. Very rarely do we see a redirect. Do we see someone in front of the ball? And all it's going to take to surely kill this series is one more miss. And there's Monkey Moon for his hat trick.
The backboard misses just killing Dignitas right now. We saw the same thing happen in Game 5 with Guild, where it just slipped. It's almost that winner's tilt style play, where you don't quite believe that you are in the lead over BDS and you could theoretically take it. And you start to doubt every single thing you do because you do not want your mistake to be the one that lets it slip. As BDS just start to play safe, taking their time on this ball. 20 seconds remain, still 2 needed for Dignitas.
Yeah, they gave away one. Surely it won't happen again, certainly not twice. In the next 15 seconds, Yukio is still trying as hard as he can, but another miss for Dignitas. Is this one making it all the way in? Yes, it is. BDS are making it through to the semi-finals yet again, and the sign of a champion, Stumpy, is being able to grind out series that you really do not enjoy. And I can guarantee you, BDS have not had fun over these last 5 games, but they have found a way.
They typically do. BDS is such an incredibly strong team. Their resolve is unlike any other in Rocket League right now. Truly deserving to be our current 2-time European champions. And with that performance, they might struggle to make it to the semi-finals still. Sorry, to the grand finals, rather. I am honestly not convinced by that BDS squad. I appreciate they just won and they came